Hey guys, welcome back to the Work Wherever podcast. Today we're going to be talking about remote work and we're going to dive into a little snippet about the Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg fight.
Are we good?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Work Wherever podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about AI, automation, the ability to work wherever so you can live every day like it is Saturday. And this is a hotspot episode. So we have Destiny and Sydney here. And we're talking about, what were the articles that we were talking about?
There's three actually.
3 articles?
Yeah.
All right, well, before we get into those 3 articles, there are 4 versions of this show. So we have the hotspot. That's where we break down trending news articles. Sydney's generally here for those. Des has joined us for the summer. Then we have the homegrown episodes. That's me and my wife. We talk about working wherever, more as like a lifestyle podcast. We're actually about to do a review of Amazon Fresh for a podcast there. Is the next one that we're going to do together. And then we do generally homeschool episodes. That's homegrown with Haley. Then we do the Roy's Rants, which is being by myself, and then we do long form interviews. So those are the 4. So interviews, Roy's Rants, homegrown, and hotspot are the 4 shows within the show. And today is a hotspot episode, and we do have some articles going. So we have 3 articles. What are the 3 articles?
So the first one is going to be the forced return to the office is the definition of insanity.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Before we get into the articles, though, we are, how many weeks are we now into?
I want to say 3.
We're 3 weeks into Summer Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you didn't even ask, and I read your mind.
I know.
I knew
Isn't
what
that
you were
great?
saying.
Gosh, we've just been working together for so long now that we can complete each other's sentences.
Sentences?
Wow, that was so good. Oh my god.
That worked out really well, guys.
We totally planned that out. No. So 3 weeks into Summer Fridays.
Mhm.
Have you guys done anything
I
different?
did something last
special?
week.
I think I did nothing last week.
Nothing.
Honestly, I think it was raining. It was like pouring down.
It
rain
was
that day.
raining.
Oh,
Maybe.
Yeah, no, it was. It poured.
I think
poured
I
down
just,
rain.
Like, chilled out and,
I went to a
watched.
baseball game and then I went on the boat.
Caught up
Last
on my
Friday?
shows.
Well, I went on the boat on Saturday, but
Yeah.
no one's supposed to know that. So
Saturday was the boat.
Saturday was the boat.
Friday,
Friday it rained.
It
It
poured.
definitely rained, and I did some
Yeah.
catching up on
Yeah.
my TV shows.
yeah, it poured down rain.
I
What are you
went
guys
to a
doing
baseball
this
game.
Friday? Tomorrow?
Oh, we're driving
yeah.
to New Jersey. And
Wedding.
going to a wedding, and then turning around and driving right back.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Yep, and then I'll be alone all the next
Yeah.
5 days, 3 days,
Man.
4 days.
That sounds productive as hell.
Um,
Whenever my
and then it's
family
4th of July.
leaves, right, Tuesday's the 4th. Whenever my family leaves, I get so bored and I'll just do random things. I painted the entire basement once.
That's great.
Oh my
Like, I
gosh.
yeah, it's just. I mean, it's not good because
Mhm.
Haley comes home and she's like, "What the, like?
Why did you do
This
this?
is poorly done." So
Because
it's
you got
not
so
great.
stressed because
Right,
no one was around.
right. I had surgery like 7 years ago, and I was on Percocet. I was taking like 4 Percocet a day, a little bit more than that, and I painted our entire stairs down to our basement on Percocet. Horrible. It was-
Why would
oh,
you
it was
do
so
that?
bad.
Oh my
Well, I was just
gosh.
bored. I was up. Like, I don't know if you've ever been on Percocet like constantly throughout the day before.
Yeah.
It was awful.
It was
And
awful.
in
To have.
such pain. Yeah, count your blessings, man. I got the like floats where my arms felt like they were floating, which is like a
Mm.
withdrawal thing.
I've only
It's
ever
awful.
been on like Dilaudid.
What is that? It's a similar thing.
I
A
haven't-
painkiller.
Yeah. And I had kidney stones.
Yeah.
But like I was
Mm.
sitting there and I like started itching my nose, and she was like, "It's working." I was like,
Oh.
what? She's like, "Yeah, it's like a sign. It's like people start like itching their nose." And I was like,
Oh my god. Yeah, I was on.
that was great.
I was taking like 4, maybe more than that. I mean, I was on Percocet constantly. Hardly
Yeah.
slept. I watched a lot. I watched every single episode of whatever that house makeover show is with the twin brothers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Property
Property
Brothers.
Property
Brothers.
Brothers. I watched every episode.
Can I? Okay, I need to throw this out there just because I'm really proud of it. Property Brothers have an app,
Okay.
Mhm.
and like there have been weeks when I've been like #1 in the world.
You have?
Yeah, for like points earned.
What is how do you earn points?
Oh, if you just it's a game, but then you like redo.
It's a game?
You redo rooms to get like points. So you can redo like, okay, like now you pick a new couch. Now you do this. Like, I'm really good at it.
Wow.
And yeah,
That's
and
hilarious.
I had to
As an
get a
interior
new
designer.
phone. What? Well, it has nothing to do with like what you design, but it's just like the points that you get.
Okay.
But I got a new phone, and one time, and my phone cracked, and like the way to switch your app is to like you have to have both phones. But I like emailed them. I was like, I can't do it, but I'm like, I swear I'm really good at it.
I'm your best.
And I can't lose this.
Right.
Yeah, I got them to like restore all my.
They're like, oh shit, this is our only
I
customer.
was
She's
like, I'm like,
That's why you're
I'm
number
on
one in the
level
world.
6,000, like, you have to give me back. I spent like
They
years.
No, we know you, Sydney. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
You're the
obviously.
first person, actually.
No,
Everyone else is a
I-
bot,
yeah,
but.
here's the thing, I've never paid because people are like way higher than me,
Yeah.
but like they pay for it.
Yeah.
But I've never spent 1 cent on it. I'm really good.
You're just property brothers in and up over here.
That's
So
hilarious.
you probably like know their names
I
and
have
everything like that. Jonathan and
Drew.
Drew's the other one.
There's another one.
You
too.
say
There's
obvious,
one-
like-
Yeah,
his
obviously
name
you
is-
should know
There is a
that.
third, yeah.
There's one that
And he looks nothing like them.
Right, and one's like dating Zoe Deschanel.
I did know
You
that.
didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
You
Which
didn't know that?
No, I thought she was married.
Big
she
clue to
was.
him.
She was married.
And then what happened?
They yeah, but
I
they've been
don't-
dating since like
the same
2019
thing
or something like that.
happens.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
Anyways.
kind of awful.
You think?
I love her as an actress.
Love
She's
Zoe
hilarious.
Deschanel.
New Girl's one of my favorite shows, and so because of that, I'm like, well, I'm gonna Wikipedia her because that we've talked about this on the show
She's
before, where we just like
problematic?
Wikipedia people. Yeah, she's like
What?
uber like vegan, like can't eat anything, like
Well,
just yeah.
Doesn't
I'm
mean
like,
she's
oh man,
awful. Maybe
Well,
just annoying
okay, you're right.
too.
you're right. I'm just
You
I
just are really opinionated.
I just wouldn't want to hang out with her. I
Right.
feel like because it like.
Right. No.
I'd be like, hey, you want to go get
Like, we would
pizza?
not be
And she's like,
friends.
no, I
Hmm.
can't get pizza or go outside or look at things too long because my eyes will split. She's great. I love her as an actress. New Girl is one of my favorite shows. I fall asleep to New Girl.
Oh yeah.
But not because of
Yeah.
her though. I think Nick and Schmidt.
Schmidt is the best character.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
more of a Nick girl, I think.
Nick?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, Nick
Yeah.
is like he's the fun character.
They're both funny.
Yeah.
Schmidt is
You've seen
hilarious.
it, right?
Oh yeah.
Schmidt
Okay,
is
good.
by far the funniest
Okay,
character
good.
on the show. But Nick is kind of like the main character in a way. It's Jess, and Nick is her significant other. And so a lot of the show revolves
Ruin
around.
the whole show.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's like the
They get
ending.
married
That's
in the
like
end,
season
okay?
7.
Yeah. But yeah, no, great show. But yeah,
Slow
I don't.
burn.
But yeah, she. I don't think I would want to hang out with her in real life,
Mm.
Well,
which is
that's
unfortunate.
probably a lot
you
of
know?
celebrities.
I know. Isn't that awful? Where you're like,
Yeah, that's kinda
I love this
sucky.
person. I bet they'd be so cool to hang out with and grab a beer. And then you like Google them and they're like, this person can't drink beer because they'll break out in hives.
This
and you're like,
person
oh,
sucks.
that kind of sucks. Well, what can they do? And then it's like nothing. Can't do anything. Can't even go outside. In fact, recording that show was awful because they had to wear ponchos the whole time.
Mm,
So
I want to hang out with Drew Barrymore. I feel like
see,
she'd
I
be
think
great.
Drew Barrymore would be great too.
One of our clients told me it looked like her today.
Did-
Well,
Okay.
they started off by guess who
Like
we
the
think.
old Drew
They
Barrymore.
as
Yeah.
a child.
Right.
They started out with guess who we think you look like, which is just like the worst. 'cause
Right.
then, you
Yeah.
know,
That is.
That's really embarrassing
Right.
if you guess somebody like
Right.
they're like, no.
No, we were going for a
Actually, we
dude,
were thinking
but-
for.
Yeah, I'm like,
Right.
thank God they thought it was like somebody I like.
Yeah. No, I like Drew Barrymore.
Mm.
Yeah,
50 First
she's
Dates is a
sweet.
great movie.
Oh, so good.
I'm trying to think of some other really good ones. I mean, obviously she was in like Charlie's Angels, which were, our cult classic. I'm not big on the Charlie Angels, but
E.T..
oh yeah, obviously she's E.T.
I think that's what they
yeah.
were referring
Like
to.
child Drew Barrymore.
Yeah,
yeah.
which I did look.
She's
like
been
her.
around forever.
Yeah.
She's been through a lot. I love her talk show now. Have you seen it?
I didn't know she had a talk show.
I actually love it. She like gets on the floor and like talks to people.
I've seen it a
What?
couple of times.
She's always just like this. It'd be like if I like were
Yeah.
interviewing and she's just like, yeah.
All right.
Very.
She's just in your
She
business.
just seems so personal.
She
Personable.
seems like a good
She
person.
seems great.
Don't Wikipedia her and tell me that she's like.
And tell me that
allergic-
she's
I
the
mean,
worst.
She was in
She's
rehab
allergic
at,
to
like,
humans or
13, but I
something.
don't
She
think
hates everyone.
Yeah.
she's bad.
She was in rehab for a
Seems
while,
great.
but like she was a childhood. I feel like every childhood actress in the '90s.
That's something it like
were all
really
awful.
interests me. Not awful, but I think they
Well,
dealt. I think there's a lot that
the Home
went on.
Alone guy.
There's a lot that went on in Hollywood that
Yeah, for sure.
there's no laws around it, and I'm like very interested in
Oh,
that
yeah.
now.
I give her a pass for that.
Well, have you watched any like the podcast? Like, there's a whole thing of like podcasts coming up about like rewatch. There's like a bunch of like rewatch shows. So like a bunch of like people will be like rewatching their seasons. Like there's a Boy Meets World one.
I love Boy Meets World.
There's one, one of my favorites. There's one. It was a Nickelodeon show, and it's called like Ned's Declassified. This is probably
What is it called?
Ned's Declassified School.
Yeah.
You know that one?
Mm-hmm.
I
Des
love,
knows the show.
but they have a
podcast.
podcast.
Not you.
Yeah.
Aha.
They have a podcast now, but I love that podcast.
Okay.
And they definitely like don't. It's different now, but they don't talk about their episodes every.
Well, there's
episode.
The
But
Office
they're
has
just,
that
like, great
show.
friends.
Office is it Office Girls? Girls of the Office, where it's Pam and Angela
Yeah.
talking about it.
Yeah, it's like a big trend.
Yeah.
Right now.
I
But
think it's
also
cool.
a big trend like 90s people
For sure.
or like early 2000s.
It's all like the cult classics.
coming
you
back.
know?
But
Yeah.
it's like nostalgia. It's like the whole nostalgia thing. Like people
Makes
just want
sense.
to see those.
Everything
podcasts.
is nostalgia right now.
That's-
All the
yeah,
movies
that's
that are
what you were
coming
talking about
out. Yeah, that
last
was the last
week, yeah.
podcast. Yeah, then we
Yeah.
have the Little Mermaid movie just came out, which
Oh,
apparently
yeah.
didn't do very
I
well.
haven't seen
Which
it.
is
Really?
surprising.
It's been all over my
You know what I
TikTok.
do want to see that's coming out. That's very nostalgia. Barbie.
Oh, me
They're coming out with a Barbie
too.
movie.
You've not
With
seen
Ryan
anything about
Gosling.
it?
No.
It's Margot Robbie.
Is
And
that
it's a well,
is she Barbie?
she's Barbie.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
they like the sets on this movie is like wild.
Mhm.
Like it's crazy.
Is it-
We'll have to show you the.
Is
Yeah.
it
It's
a-
not animated.
No.
Okay, so it's a real live
We'll
action.
show you the trailer.
And Ryan Gosling plays Ken.
Ken.
That's the whole big thing. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's a big thing, but no, we'll
For
show you
me
the
it
trailer.
is.
For Jess. That's
We'll
why
show
that's
you the
what it is.
trailer after, but it's like the whole thing is like Barbie kind of like realizing like
That she's a doll or something like that, or what is it? I don't
or,
know.
like,
Not
she lives in a perfect
necessarily.
thing, like
Yeah.
the opening scene is like her like getting out of bed, right, and her feet are like arched,
Oh right.
right, and then eventually like her feet become flat,
Yeah. And then
she,
she's like,
I
oh my God.
I thought about dying the other day, and everybody's like,
Yeah.
right,
Because like Barbie World was like such a big thing. Like this
Right.
is like the perfect life that you want to live. Like
Yeah.
all young girls had Barbies because Barbie was the perfect girl. You know what I
that's
mean?
or
kinda
like she like gets out of
interesting.
like the bed and like she floats down to her car because like
Mhm.
nobody like walks her down the stairs, right? They like
And
just
her feet are
drop her.
pointed.
Right. Yeah. No, we'll show you the trailer.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
excited
good.
For it.
That sounds cool. So it's like
I really want to watch
It
it.
has
It's-
like all the different Barbie like, but it's live action.
it sounds like.
And she
Have you
comes
seen
into
Lego
the real
movies?
world.
Um,
No.
not in their entirety.
So the Lego movies. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen the Lego movies. It's like you're watching the Lego movie, but the Legos are actually being controlled by kids who are playing with them. So it's like-
That's cool.
yeah.
Oh wait,
I've
that's
not seen
kind
it,
of
I heard
cool.
They're good.
It's a
But
cool
Yeah.
movie.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. We can go see Barbie.
Oh,
together.
we should. I want to see it so bad.
It sounds like a summer Friday thing.
Yeah, we'll go. I
Yeah.
think it comes out mid-July.
And if you guys actually, I'm gonna put you on the spot on the podcast. I bought a Sony camera for you guys to document your
We
summer
can't take
Friday.
It's my
it-
purse.
Well, we can't take it in the movie theater.
You
but-
could document everything up to.
You're right.
I've
like,
been
take little
meaning to
snippets.
bring it home for like 3 weeks.
I think
Yeah.
so long as you don't like turn the camera on the movie screen and video the movie screen,
Right.
you'll probably be okay.
Can't that's illegal. Yeah.
Pretty sure
yeah.
that's pirating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that it says it at the beginning of
There's
every
like a
single
FBI
movie
warning or something.
Yeah,
like
I can
that.
literally
Yeah.
see it in my brain
Yeah.
with the FBI logo and then
Right.
small words under
That was one of
it.
these things. I don't know if they do that anymore.
be kind, rewind.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that, and then like Oppenheimer's coming out at the same time. I want to see.
Oppenheimer.
Mhm.
I don't know what that
I think
is.
he made like the atomic bomb or nuclear bomb.
Oh,
or something
okay.
like that.
I saw the trailer for that.
I'll show them both to you after this.
All right.
You're way behind.
Apparently
Yeah.
Oppenheimer. I don't know Oppenheimer, but he's the one who helped with the atomic
He
bomb.
definitely made a bomb.
He definitely made a bum.
Google that.
Yeah.
I am right now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Anyways,
Well, we got some good movies to talk about then.
Yeah.
So long as Des watches them. I feel like whenever we talk about shows or movies on here,
I literally love New Girl. We were just talking about New Girl.
who's your favorite character on New Girl?
Easily Winston.
that's such a
That's
Destiny answer.
that is very interesting.
He's so
Do
funny.
you have cats?
No.
That's such a
No.
Destiny
I actually am currently watching my sister's cats, and they are the worst things that ever walked this planet. They're so bad. Yesterday, I fed them their food, and they threw it up on the floor, and then
Yeah.
the other one ate it.
That's
And I was like, oh!
Yeah, dogs do that too.
I was pissed.
it's an animal thing, you know, generally speaking.
I was
One of
so mad.
our other coworkers, Sarah, in
Yeah.
the morning, she has a
She just
kitten,
got a
and
cat,
She's
yeah.
so every
Oh,
video
yeah.
she's just been like doing with like the cat on her.
Yeah.
She found it on her.
It's like
on,
this little,
chest. It's just so cute.
It's a little thing.
Mhm.
Kitten.
Yeah.
Yeah. She sent
Yeah.
me a message on Teams this morning. It was like just like a random string of letters, like 3 lines of letters.
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you all right?" And she was like, "Yeah, sorry. I
cat
went
would
out
be
to go to the
like-
bathroom. My cat walked
love
around."
that. We got some good.
That's so cute.
If there's somebody has a bird.
We have a bird.
So
Yeah.
He'll move around and like you'll see the little.
What's the bird's name? Do you know the bird's name?
Oh, I want to say it's like it's not Harry.
I thought it started with a
Ask
C.
him. I don't know.
It's a blue bird.
Well, maybe I think it started with a C because his name is Clay.
It doesn't start with a C, I don't think. But you can ask him what his bird's name is. But you'll see.
Yes, yes, the bird's name starts with C because his owner's name is Clay, Destiny. That's exactly what it is.
You'll have like a blurred background and you can see like the little feet pop in. Sometimes
Right.
like, can you lean forward? I want to see your bird.
Yeah, he just hangs out with them all day.
That's great.
My cats used to do that. They don't really hang out anymore. Mainly because I keep the door shut, but yeah, they don't really kick with me anymore. The one that passed
Henry.
away used to hang out. Henry.
He said-
I was
You
close.
said Harry?
He said Henry with an exclamation point.
He's so happy to talk about his bird.
He's like,
So
yes.
happy to talk about anything.
Someone asked
We
me.
love you,
I
Clay.
love him.
Somebody reached out to me. Yes, please. Here.
Ice. Loves ice. You both missed that. I was
Yeah,
surprised.
Sydney was just telling me
What?
about
Caught
that.
the end of that the ice cubes.
Yeah, no, I was on for the whole ice cube.
No, we were talking about it like right before, and I made him like reiterate.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
And then I
before
made
you
him
jump on, it was
reiterate.
So funny.
The ice cubes are great though. Like I'm into that. Like the ice cubes that so
That's
he
so
does. So
funny.
we have this employee.
Poor Clay. I'm gonna tell him to watch this one.
And he makes his own ice that's like clear ice, and I guess you drill the holes in the ice cube trays, and I don't know, he had some whole really long drawn out thing, and he was like very excited to
The
show
picture got me because he's just like holding.
just holding
it,
a
like,
clear
this.
ice
cube.
It's like a
That's
perfect
so good.
Yeah,
ice
it looks
cube.
great. And I was like,
It's a
oh wow, like are
perfect
you
clear, crystal clear square?
yeah, I was like, are you a bourbon drinker or something? And he's like, not really,
I just like ice.
I just like ice. I was like, oh.
Okay,
All right.
I love
Well,
it.
that's a little weird, but the story is really cool.
Weird. You're so excited
No,
about
Clay's
it.
awesome. We definitely have some characters that work for
We
us, for
do.
sure.
He is good. He's funny.
Him and Harry.
Henry.
We'll
Hank.
have to have
He-
What is it?
Henry.
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 I don't
We'll
know,
have to
yeah.
have them come on like an episode. We'll call them in.
Like employee spotlights where they just talk about like the
Their
things that make them
animals?
weird.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
talk
he's
about
in-
stuff that make you weird.
He's in Florida. It's great. He's very work forever.
He is very work forever.
Yeah,
for sure.
He is. I need to ask him to go do some work rubber for me tomorrow. Like to get some crocodiles.
Get something cool.
Well, I think
Do something.
you can wrangle a crocodile.
Can you go? Can you go?
You go outside and get some crocodiles.
It makes me laugh because his background's always like a beach.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
at him like just
He's at it.
Just
make it
Right.
just go
background.
outside.
Good old Florida.
Ugh,
Yeah.
No, jealous.
I know.
Yeah.
That's all this really is. We're all just jealous that he's in Florida.
Yeah.
For this. All right.
What's
So
going on though? What's going on outside before we jump in? Why is it so smoky again? Are there fires?
Again,
I'm
yeah.
gonna start it on that because there are fires according to
Is
the
it a
media.
different one or the same one?
It's their back. The wind pattern.
They're back.
Adjusted or something. I
They
don't
were
know.
gone for like 2 weeks and then they came back. Interesting. Okay.
2 weeks to slow the spread. That's what we're dealing with here.
Right.
Okay.
2 years later.
Put your masks on, everybody, when you go outside. That's all we have to do, right?
Mm.
I don't know. I'm like starting to get to the point where I'm like, wait a second. I thought we just went over this.
Just
Anyways,
sorry.
that's not for today's podcast.
No,
the
no, no.
tinfoil are for the me. We can't bring you
Yeah,
guys into
I
my
could be
crazy.
in that.
You want to put some tinfoil hats on? We'll do one on the smoke. Let's do some research, because if you look at the
Destiny
patterns,
could be on it too.
when you look at the patterns of like when these started, hundreds of them like started like at the exact same time. It's just a weird thing. I'm not saying, okay, allegedly,
The aliens did it.
allegedly, it's just very weird. We can put our tinfoil hats on that for another day, but we were talking about pets and working wherever, which I think plays into the first news article.
Yeah,
right?
it does
Yes.
actually.
On track.
So
20
Yeah.
minutes.
Look at us.
yeah, so
20
we've been
minutes.
recording for 33
Okay, well,
minutes.
we didn't start,
no,
so
no,
it's
we actually
15
started
minutes of
talking at
bloopers.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so, anyways, so this is called "The Forced Return to the Office as the Definition of Insanity" by Fortune.
Agreed.
This is Fortune. Yeah. Fortune.com.
Fortune.com.
And so what do they say about it? I have not read this article.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to pull this a little closer because I can't see.
Okay, so Des came into the studio
Zoom
today,
in. Use your fingers.
and I was like,
Oh yeah,
wow, Des must be like really excited to see me or something because her pupils are like crazily dilated. And then I'm like, and then I noticed that she can't see or do anything,
no.
which she
Use your fingers.
you you recorded a how-to video before this.
Oh yeah.
It took her like a good while.
Oh
You were
yeah.
right. Yeah, she's like, I got my
Can't see
eyes
anything.
dilated.
I couldn't see anything. I was literally in the car and I was like,
And you
this
drove
is
here.
not
Is it
good.
hurting you? There's like a bright umbrella here.
No,
Huge
no.
bright light.
The brightness that has worn off. It's just my pupils are really big and I can't see.
Super big.
It gives me
Yeah.
headaches even, so I can't imagine.
I have been like this close to my laptop all day because I can't see anything.
It's not.
so
It's fine.
funny.
It's not like it's gonna burn the back of your eyes or whatever, and you'll be permanently scarred. Totally fine.
That's
Totally
fine.
We have vision insurance. We have vision insurance. Get over
Perfect.
Yeah.
Because my eye doctor doesn't trust that I have vision insurance. They asked me like 3 times. They were like, "What's your member ID?" And I was like, "I just told you."
No.
it. They're like, Dustin, we cannot do
Yeah,
this for
they're
you.
like, "You're lying."
Like, no, it's fine.
Our vision insurance is really good. I got new contacts the other day and only paid, it was like 200 something. I only paid like 30.
Oh, that's
Nice.
good.
Mm.
My kids' glasses were free.
Actually, you
Ah.
know what?
Yeah. Well, the frames might have been free.
I don't
Yeah.
use our vision insurance.
You don't? Oh,
No.
well,
I
you're-
use, yeah. I think I have VSP.
Oh, I have VSP too.
Okay. Sorry.
well,
I use our
ours is
dental.
good too. Okay.
I use our dental.
Our
And-
dental's
and our,
not
And our
bad.
regular one.
Our dental's not bad. I will say that it's not great because I had a root canal.
Hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
The
And
worst.
it cost me money, like more than I would ever want to spend on a
Dental
tooth.
work's expensive.
It's super expensive. I mean, I'm glad we had it because it, helped a little bit,
Right.
but nothing to include into a podcast of how happy I am with the dental insurance.
I have a dentist guy.
You got a guy?
A friend of a friend.
Everybody needs a
We
guy.
get the discount.
We need the discount.
We do. I'll just give it.
I need a good dentist because dentists will try to get you, man.
Mhm.
They'll be
Ah.
like, "Oh, you have like 12 cavities."
I
And
love my
there's no way
dentist.
that I know if you're telling me the truth. They like
Right.
show you this like picture.
Right.
Of, like,
Yeah.
See that right there? I'm like, no.
No.
Like, well, that's a cavity.
Oh yeah,
Sure?
okay.
It looks like a smudge on the screen.
It looks like you need to wipe your screen a little bit, sir.
That'll be $5,000.
Yeah.
I love my dentist.
All
He's
right,
a great
you got
man.
the article pulled up there.
Yeah, I
the
do.
guys?
I zoomed it in too, so I can see it. In a world, in a world where we've
Very
seen,
Winston of you.
where we've seen 5 consecutive quarters of declining productivity in the United States, according to a study by EY Parthenon using data from the. Okay, this is like getting really boring. All right, the myth of the magical
Well,
office.
we need to know this.
I know, but that part, like, it just wasn't that good.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's see. After all, over 2/3 of business leaders reports they're under immense pressure to squeeze more productivity out of their workers, according to new Slack survey of
Okay.
18,000 knowledge workers. See, that
Yeah.
was interesting.
So they're trying to squeeze more productivity
Right.
because their revenue and their bottom lines are down because
Right.
they've had a bad year because of rebounding from COVID. So they're like, what can we do differently?
Right.
Okay, interesting.
All right. And then many CEOs are clinging to the false belief that the office is the secret sauce to productivity.
Yeah.
It's as if they think the office is a productive vending machine, and certain employees receive increased output. But the data tells a different story.
So
Let's see.
we've talked about this a whole lot.
Yeah.
Actually.
That's what our podcast.
This
Yeah.
is like, yeah.
This is like the premise of like everything.
Any episode you turn on, and we will talk about this in some form or fashion. But productivity increases when you send people home.
Yeah.
That's what the data shows.
Yeah.
Now there are people who will point to. This is where it gets a little tricky. Whereas what some of these people are probably pointing to is over the last 2 years, so COVID is not real remote work trends because
Right.
there were so many
Right.
other external factors. Right.
No.
Businesses
die.
weren't necessarily ready for it. You didn't have the proper infrastructure. You were forced into 5 days a week. Your businesses might have been totally shut down. It's like an outlier to the statistic. But
Right.
we've been remote working for 30 plus years.
Not we, but
Not we
Right.
as in capital presence, but we as in the United
Right.
States, right? 30, 40 plus years, we've had the capability to do some sort of remote work. And
Yeah.
productivity increases when you send people home. Also, you save money. So all these organizations that are like, we need to send people back to our locations. Well, maybe there are additional factors with that. Maybe these are like big organizations and they own like the deli and they want to sell food to the people who work there. Like when you think of like the Googles, the Amazons, the Apples, Facebook, who built these like mega complexes for people to come work there.
Yeah, like whole campuses.
Yeah, the huge campuses. And it's not like that bill just goes away. You're like, hey, we're remote working now, so we don't want to pay for that giant campus that we just signed. Like Amazon was supposed to come to Northern Virginia in Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've driven by where the campus is supposed to be, but there's nothing there.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But they broke ground, and I'm sure they're paying for the land. But it's like, what do you do with it? Nobody wants to go there anymore.
Right.
You know? So I'm sure there are like leases that are now broken, or because of the COVID, like where we have our office. So when you come to our office and you walk in, there used to be a food court as soon as you walk in. Is that still there?
Yeah.
So there was multiple different companies that populated in that food court that leased out that space.
I've never been in it, but it is there.
Okay. There was a coffee shop and a sandwich place in there. And then there was like a Chinese restaurant.
Oh.
Yeah, that was right there. That had sushi. And then if you went to the left, there was a convenience store with a laundromat. And then there was a childcare facility.
Oh, gosh.
They're all gone. So that building, while it has lost money from our tenant, because people like us aren't there anymore, you know, at least in the same capacity that we were.
I walked in the elevator last week, and he's like, I'm shocked to even like see somebody in this office.
He's like, oh, hey.
I was like, oh, I don't actually work here. I just come to pick up the mail once a week. And he's like, oh, of course.
Right. He's like, oh, a friend.
I know.
Hi.
Yeah.
My office makes me come here.
The
They
poor
say I'm
guy.
more productive.
The
I
poor
come
guy.
in for like 5 seconds. I didn't. Yeah.
Do you want to go downstairs and get an egg salad sandwich?
I know.
That poor guy.
That poor guy.
He was
Funny.
so
I
excited
was
for a
like,
second.
I don't
And then he's
actually
like,
work
I'm
here."
actually leaving right now. I'm
You'll
in the
never
elevator
see
because I'm
me.
going down.
You'll never see me again. Sorry.
Thursday.
Yeah, above us, there was a whole floor that, I mean, it was packed. And if you came down there during lunchtime, there was a line out the door for people trying to get sandwiches, and like they had smoothies and like all kinds of stuff. And it's all gone. Right before COVID, they opened a childcare facility for like, I think it opened in like 2019. Terrible timing. And it was a great little facility for what it was. And then you had like micro businesses inside that, right? Where like inside our parking garage, there was a company where you could drop your car off and they would wash it and detail it and clean it while you're upstairs. Yeah, that business is definitely gone.
Oh, yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
So, but there were like little micro businesses like that. Food trucks used to park out front.
They are still there.
They are still there.
They've come back in the past like couple weeks.
So the food trucks would probably not be as affected because they can just go to another set of businesses, right? Like you can drive around or like go to parks or something like that.
I have noticed that in the last couple of weeks. There's people outside.
Mm-hmm. And
waiting.
it's not like we are, well, across the street from us is the Booz Allen headquarters. That's their campus.
Over.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the Booz Allen's right there. Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I mean, we're in Tyson's, right? So if anyone listening, we're in Tyson's Corner, which is a huge business
to, like the
connection.
Wells Fargo bit.
We are in the Wells Fargo building for anyone who wants to stalk us down and send us mail. So,
But we're not going to be there, so.
Which is we won't be there, but you can send us mail and drop it off with Rebecca there at the front desk. But this thought process that if you get more productive, I mean, just listen to your experience of the guy on this poor guy. You think he's more productive from being at home, being in the office? No way.
It's funny. Anytime we have an interaction at the office, like that other lady we were talking to
Right.
one day, she was like, "There's nobody here."
She just wanted to like
Aw.
talk. So she was like not letting Sydney leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
the two of
she's so
us.
lonely.
We're like,
She
we gotta
was.
go.
She's
Oh,
like,
I know.
remember you.
Yeah.
And he's like,
so
I
okay.
haven't been here in 4 years. Like, you remember
I've
us?
never once met you. but
Yeah. Yeah, we were right.
anyways.
We were next door to them, and our office was really cool when it was there. But it was so stupid. Nobody actually likes to be in the office.
Right.
And we were totally bought in at first with the whole like we had beer on tap, we had beanbag chairs, we had TVs that had like Netflix, we had video games, ping pong tables, basketball hoops, we had wine and coffee bar. Like we had everything that you'd want if you would want. There on Wednesdays we had massages where you could get a massage, and then down the hall we had 2 massage chairs that were set up.
I would go to the office for a massage.
Oh
It
yeah,
was cool. You know?
absolutely.
I mean,
free, I'll roll up.
It was free
I'll roll up.
massages on Wednesdays. Yeah. And then we had 2 massage chairs, which I think there's a video. Maybe we'll repost it. There's a video of us at the office working where Haley's like in the massage chair. And then this guy, Tim, who was a project manager with us, he's like playing video games. I think he's playing like Spider-Man or something like that.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Except it wasn't cool because we were at the office. And all anyone thinks about when they're at the office is what?
Working.
When you go home.
Oh yeah.
Your body, like, it works until you experience something different,
Right.
and then you're like, I would never go back.
Right.
Yeah, I think about that all the time. I'm like, man, if I had to wake up 30 minutes earlier just so I could get all my things done in the morning and then drive somewhere, I'd be so upset.
Just the thought of going back to an office, like,
It's awful.
I don't want to ever do that.
No. Why would you want to?
I'm still young.
You just go to the office. You're like, all right, I sat in 45 minutes of traffic.
Yeah.
And then, like you're saying, I had to get dressed because I can't just like wear PJs
Yeah.
to the office. So then you got to wake up like, let's say you got to be in the office at 8:50. That's
Yeah.
like a realistic time that
Right.
most people probably have to be at the office. Okay. 45-minute commute. It's pretty standard for this area.
Yep.
So you have to leave your house around 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay? If you have to leave your house around 8 o'clock and it takes you what? How long does it take you to get ready? Like if you were to actually get ready.
If I was going to get ready,
Yeah.
Like,
I would say like
40
45 minutes.
45 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it depends. But
For a
45
dude, it's a little
minutes.
less. For a dude, it's just like throw a suit on,
Right.
you know. But I also don't have any hair, so I'm not like combing.
So you really
Yeah.
just, you really have to do
I
nothing.
just throw a couple. You know, my ties are pre-tied, the clip-ons, you know, just like. No, but I don't have clip-ons, but I could.
You're cheat
know?
coding your way through
I'm
life.
cheat coding, right? So like I'll say 30 minutes, right? Because I do go downstairs, make a cup of coffee
Right.
or something like that. Or if I didn't have coffee, then maybe I'm stopping somewhere. So 30 minutes plus a 45-minute commute.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we at? An hour and 15,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So hour and 15, you got to be there at 8:50, 7:50. We're looking at 7. You're looking at like 7 o'clock. And that's when you got to like 7:15, 7:30 when you got to leave, right? So you're getting up at like 6:45.
Yeah.
6:30. That sucks. Oh, and by the way, you've been up since 6:30. So that's like when work starts, and I'll do
Yeah.
it in quotation marks, right? So 6:30 to, okay, if you get there at 8:50, you can't leave until 5. And then, okay, leaving at 5 means production. What does that mean? Production stops at 5? Probably not. You're probably wrapping things up around 4:30,
Mm-hmm.
right?
There's so many times, like, I would sit at work. So it is a winery, especially in the winter. And I'd be there 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That's my intern. We would just be sitting there like,
Yeah.
why am
Like, what are we
I
doing here?
here?
Yeah. There would be times when I would literally just be sitting in Sydney's office and she'd be like, well,
Yeah, I don't have anything
I
for
mean,
you to do, Destiny.
yeah, she'd be like, do you want to go home? And I'd be like, well, I don't want to leave you here. And she'd be like, well, we can chit chat. And we would just sit and talk for like hours.
Sounds super productive.
Yeah.
But, like, what are you gonna do? It's winter. There's nothing happening.
And it
There's
was like a
no coming
Wednesday
in.
evening.
Right.
It's like sad because it's like winter still.
Yeah.
Like, it's already dark at 5 o'clock, and I'm just like, I have another hour.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to maintain.
Awful.
I'm going to maintain the position with these 2/3 businesses that the Hail Mary here is the board is coming down on them and saying, what can you do differently? Because
Mhm.
your numbers suck. Production's not there, which production means revenue. It doesn't mean actual production, because I guarantee these organizations aren't actually tracking if people are actually doing anything. They're just saying our numbers aren't hitting where we thought we were going to be. That's totally different than production. Revenue and production are totally two different things. But
Mhm.
these organizations are saying, the numbers are down. What can we do differently? And the old white dude in the room goes, well, what if we brought everybody back? And they go, okay, let's try that, you know? And then what you can do, which has been the Tesla model for the last, 10 months, a year, where you say, come back to the office, mandatory, and if you don't come, you're fired,
Mhm.
right? Okay, well, if people don't come back, then you're saving money on human capital. And I didn't have to lay anybody off, which
Yeah.
means I don't have to provide a severance package, which means you have quit and gone somewhere else
Right.
and reduced my overhead.
Yeah.
That's what this is. And we're going to continue to see it because people don't have the money to give raises right now.
Yeah.
People don't have the money to really do anything, to buy new buildings, to increase backlog of product. Like, companies are struggling to get to the black.
What was the article that you said that you predicted?
Which one?
Oh yeah.
Giving raises
Oh yeah,
or like flat salaries.
it's right. Yeah, yeah,
We'll roll into that.
yeah. Let's see if
Let's
I
I
can.
feel
see.
like we've talked this.
Did I
Where'd you
send
say
it?
You said Ohio budget amendment
No,
limits,
no.
and he said called it.
There was
I
another
called that one too.
We
Yeah,
were talking. It was before.
yeah. Right
when
before
we were just talking.
right before we came on, it was an article that was.
And you
Uh,
said, I feel like
Oh.
Nosferatu or something like that. Nostradamus.
Yeah, I do feel like
Mm.
Nostradamus sometimes when we do a podcast, and then like 8 months later it happens. But it was
Something about base salaries.
it was-
no raises or something.
yeah, it was talking about the tech community, about how organizations in the tech community, they're starting to do no bonuses. They're starting to do set prices to say
Mhm.
this is what you earn. You know, it's not flexible, no negotiations, because that's what we've seen for the last, I don't know, 15 years. And the reason why you're able to do that, and the reason why software engineers, developers are able to negotiate their salaries, is because management doesn't understand what they do. So they're like, all right, I need you to build this, use your magic, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to find somebody who knows how to do it. So I'll pay you what you want. What do you want? And the developer's like, I want 150. How about that? And they're like, okay, you know. And now you're stuck with this guy. And what are you gonna do? You get somebody new who wants just as much, if not more, because now they have to decipher somebody else's code, and it's like a mess. Okay, well, enter low code, no code, where the developers don't necessarily need to decipher somebody else's code because it's low code, no code.
Right.
It's more a universal approach. Which we did that years ago, where we have a flat price. Our developer comes in at X dollars. Don't ask for a raise the first day. Don't ask for negotiations.
Mhm.
Don't ask for bonuses. This is what it is. And if you make it and you can prove yourself to be good, which our last 3 hires have been really good, then we will approach it when you hit certain milestones. So you get this certification, you do this right, you do that right. You're here for this amount of time, you do these things, then you check the boxes and you're eligible for the next level of financial compensation, which we're not afraid to give raises here. I think we gave like a 12% raise out. We gave a 17% raise out. We got crazy raises out. You got a big raise. Like, we just, yeah, we did get
I
a
would have
job.
gotten a raise.
You were scheduled to get a raise anyways. Yeah. I think everybody has gotten a raise except Des. Yeah.
Oh, well, she has. Kind of.
Yeah,
You got
kind
it.
of.
You got it. Yeah.
You're full time.
You were part-time.
Well,
and
yeah.
full-time.
Well, then I'm gonna go back
You're
to
also
part
a
time.
It's
student.
gonna suck when you go
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You're
know.
also a student, so they're a little different. I was just
Yeah.
messing with you.
I know. That's usually my everyday.
I know.
It's fine.
That's your, yeah. But it's like a lot of the stuff that we touch on in this podcast, I feel like we're very much ahead of the curve.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so what it's talking about right now,
Yeah.
heading into, I guess we're in Q3. I always get confused with the commercial
We're towards the end.
of Q3, right?
Yep.
Q4 is October, I think. It's Q4 for us, I think. We're getting close because we follow the federal contract. I don't know, whatever. As we get into the second half of the year here, right? Q3 for most organizations, Q4 for the Fed. People are struggling and they're like, what can we do differently? How can we try? And they're like, what if we do this? So I think it's a terrible idea, of course.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Naturally.
And, I think anyone who sends their people back they're just gonna mess it up even more. And we won't see a lot of companies here coming
Even
in.
if it's
24.
just based on like my own personal opinion. If everybody is like me, like I can't. If you
Right.
made me go to an office,
If you made me
be
go
so
to an
turned off.
office.
So my brother makes people come to the office.
but they don't know any. Yes.
Here's
my
the thing.
fiance works there.
My brother texted
My
me the other
husband works
day
there.
and he said, hey, I got a couple employees who want remote jobs. Can you help me out? And I said,
They do have a
Hell
couple
no.
people.
Hell
in a different
no.
country. There's some people in Mexico and like a guy in Poland.
oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I said,
But
hell
like a
no.
couple people asked.
I'm
for it.
not hiring any of your employees. I don't want that smoke. No, absolutely.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. It's poison. Get that away from me.
Interesting. But they don't know any different.
But that's
That's what I'm saying.
any
And they're
Right.
bought in. But they have one of those offices. Like, oh, we do this on this day. We do
Mm-hmm.
grill outs. We have a ping pong table.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get
But they're
texts-
all bought in to that.
Here's
Like,
another
they
text
don't know
message.
anything different.
Here's another text message that I got. Speaking of not Nostradamus type things.
I don't
Ready?
know who that is.
I'm not going to say Nostradamus. He was a guy who could predict the future. At least that's what he said.
I just think of Nosferatu, and that's like
Who?
a vampire.
Okay.
Google that.
What is it?
Nosferatu.
You can't see.
Like, what?
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. He's
I don't
a
know, I can't.
he's a very famous vampire. He.
You don't know either.
I know. I have no idea who he is.
Google that.
There's
I
one
think I'm right.
vampire.
It's like
It's-
an old.
It's
Like
Dracula. Dracula
Right.
is the
He's
one vampire
the
that I
vampire.
know. Okay,
Right.
hold on, guys.
Here's a text message I got. I'm not going to say who sent it to me or anything like that. He said,
do I know?
but I don't want to call him out.
Okay.
But it says, I have a buddy of mine who's looking for work. He's a solid developer. Okay.
Mhm.
Here is what his buddy sent. Okay.
Sure.
So I'm an Office 365 solutions architect. First off, that's what I hear. Okay, I'm interested, right? Now listen to the rest of this.
Mhm.
I'm a SharePoint architect with SharePoint on-prem farms.
Mm.
I develop and maintain solutions in Power Platform, Power Apps, Power BI, Power Automate, Teams, Azure, etc. I have SharePoint experience going back to 2007. So there's a couple words here that throw me off. Okay?
Mhm, mhm.
SharePoint Farms means on-premise, not cloud. Okay.
Sure.
SharePoint 2007, it's pretty old,
That's
right?
really old.
But
It's
what have I
many
been?
years.
I know like 2013 is out of date. So
Right. So
Okay.
what have I been saying about old legacy developers?
Your job means nothing.
It means nothing. You message me and you're a solutions architect and you've been in the platform since 2007 and you can't find a job. That is because your skills are no longer relevant.
Right.
I don't want you. You know?
It's
Now,
almost
if
easier to take somebody who doesn't know anything.
bingo,
Mm-hmm.
which we see how well that works for us. And I don't got to inherit this guy's problems.
I'm not
I
a
don't got
developer, but I knew
Right.
nothing.
right. But that is what's happening across
Yeah.
the board. So all these organizations, they're like,
You don't have to retrain somebody.
right. You don't have to learn my culture. You don't have to learn my technology, relearn my technology and try to apply it to some like old, almost, 2007. I mean, we're talking about almost 20 years. Well, I guess it'd be 15 years, right? But it's like, it's insane that, and I feel for these people because
Yeah.
that was me, except 10 years ago, I saw it and was like,
Because you're Nostradamus.
I'm Nostradamus. And I was like, oh crap, I need to get the hell out because this is not a good position to be. But these people who are contractors for the federal government and they support big businesses on a contract, on a 3-year, 5-year contract. And so they're stuck in that old technology for 3 to 5 years. The contract ends and the government says, oh, we're moving to the new trend and we're going to award it to
The
some other
government
company
is so
who,
progressive.
right. They're like, okay, hey,
They're
but-
not.
but commercial companies do it too. When we took over some of our
Do you have
enterprise.
something?
No, you guys
Are you
can
ready for your
finish.
read?
No, I'm gonna be
I have
honest.
some-
But we have these people, and after 5 years, what do? They go and hire a company like us who understands the new, and so the old guys are out looking for a
Right.
job. And the new people, we don't want you because you cost twice as much and you don't know anything. You know?
Mhm.
So, ends rant. Go ahead, Des. what do
I
you
would
got?
never watch this movie.
It's like
What?
old school, like Frankenstein.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is a Dracula thing?
Was I right?
It's not Dracula.
Is it vampire?
He is a vampire. It says it's a silent 1922 German expressionist horror film. You got me out right there.
It's
It
famous.
is. People know. People know who knows.
People know who
is.
knows.
I do not.
Nosferatu.
But-
People knows Ferratu SpongeBob.
What?
That did come up in my searches whenever I was typing in the
That's because Google and Bing know your search history. They're like, did you mean SpongeBob?
No, they made a joke. About
Oh yeah,
it.
they did. Yeah.
So, anyways,
Moral of the story is I would never watch this movie. You
Well,
got me out
neither.
at silent German film.
Silent German film.
The end.
You guys can watch your silent German films while you work forever. And this Fortune article is right on. We've
Yes,
been
it
saying
was
this for
good.
a while. If you send your employees back, you're an idiot. But deal with your, it's your bed, you make it, right? So deal with your own problems. I'm not gonna have to worry about those problems. And
Okay. What was the last one? We were talking about a cage fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
real quick.
Elon Musk's mother warns him against cage fight with Mark Zuckerberg, asks him to use words only. That's so funny.
That's so funny.
In short.
Elon Musk was on the Joe Rogan podcast, I think, talking about like, or it was a different one. He was talking about the move that he would use if he ever fought somebody, and he's like, "I'd be like a whale."
That
I
is
feel
so
like I
funny.
missed out on the
Oh
joke
my
right
god. The fact that his mom comes out and he's like,
Hey,
No,
buddy,
Elon.
don't fight.
no, Elon, don't fight. Use your,
We don't use our
use
fists.
your words with the nice robot boy.
Elon Musk, he is like like he is like Asperger's, right? I'm not kidding. Google that. I'm 100% positive on that.
Are you okay?
The fact that this
died.
is a real thing is hilarious. We have Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is like, what did he go to Harvard,
He's
right?
a reptile.
Oh, yeah, he
is
does
a
have
super
Asperger's.
reptile.
He's not
Does he
real.
have Asperger's?
He does.
I know. He's talked about it before.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know
Not shocking.
when like the two nerd
I'm
kids
sure
used,
they both have.
the two nerd kids used to like fight and everybody at the lunch tables would like cheer them on and like get them to fight each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Be
like,
like,
Yeah.
come on, this guy over there.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
just
yeah.
talking
Like
crap,
hissing
you
at
know?
each other.
Right. That is this, but in social media, where people are just basically bullied, cyberbullied against their knowledge because they're the nerds in this
Yeah.
in this instance.
I'm not gonna like Elon Musk tweets like crack me up a lot.
He's a funny
He's
dude.
Funny.
Yeah.
He is funny.
He gets it, and I just like it.
But
'cause
what does he get though? You know?
I don't know.
I feel like he's not writing his tweets. I don't
feel
feel like
he
it's really
is,
him.
and that's the funny part.
Oh, yeah.
What did he tweet?
Sorry,
What's his most
this-
recent tweet?
This
Uh-oh.
picture of
Of his
that's-
Asperger's.
He's talked about it before. He does have Asperger's. I'm like 100%
No,
sure.
this picture that's tied to the article is
You're
so
gonna get us
funny.
banned on Twitter because we're talking about
Elon
this
Musk.
guy.
All right, let's see.
No.
His most recent tweet. That one was kind of boring. 1 day ago. Thank you for the kind words. That's it. Oh,
In response to what?
He's
He
posted
just
a
said
lot
it.
of, like Tesla stuff recently.
he does post a lot of
Posts
Tesla stuff.
memes, though, and they make
Yeah,
me
and then the
laugh.
Twitter functionality.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been posting a lot about SpaceX.
Yeah.
Going to Mars and all that fun stuff, which is cool.
I mean,
you know, I
yeah,
mean,
well,
there
it's his
are,
company, so.
There's a whole bunch of key milestones. That,
I saw that
his
SpaceX
companies are
just
doing.
hired like a 13-year-old.
Is that legal?
That nobody else would hire. I don't know.
Isn't that like
You could
child
probably-
labor?
Work like 5 hours a week.
Is an intern
There's
or something
definitely
like
like
that?
a-
I don't know that you're legally allowed to
Well,
hire.
15 or whatever. I don't
These
know.
these little short points are really funny. It says Elon Musk's mother, May Musk, has some advice for him ahead of his cage fight with Meta chief Mark Zuckerberg. And then it says Musk's idea to get into a cage fight with Mark started with banter on Twitter. Mark
What
Zuckerberg.
is the banter? Do you have the tweets?
No, I didn't even see them.
I didn't hear about this either. And
But they have to be in this article, right?
I would assume.
No.
Now,
Let's
I
see.
obviously know who Elon is, and I obviously know who
Yeah.
Zuck is, and I obviously know that they have had like feuds because their two businesses are basically going at each other.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. And I think I saw that if they were to do the pay-per-view, that it would gross something like. Then they give the fake numbers. It was like $100 billion or something like that.
Something like that.
It was like some obnoxious amount of money, which I can totally see because you have what's Barstool's thing called Rowdy, or something Rowdy, where they do like celebrity boxing matches and stuff like that, and they have like midgets fight each
Oh.
other and rough and rowdy.
Is that Barstool?
Yeah, I think it's Barstool, right?
Someone tweeted at Elon and said, better be careful. I heard he does jujitsu.
Oh,
Elon Musk said, I'm up for a cage match if he is. LOL.
that was what it started. Some guy subtweeted Elon and said that he does jujitsu.
I'm guessing. Because
And
that's
then-
like the only tweet that's on this Washington
it.
Post.
That was
Yeah.
that's all it takes to set him off.
Cage fight.
Cage fight.
He does jujitsu. I'm there.
And then
I love
Zuck responded on Instagram, I think, obviously because he's not going to respond on Twitter. He's going
Right.
to respond on his platform.
Right.
And he said, like, yeah, just name the place or something like that.
That is hilarious.
I
Which-
think he would lose.
I don't think it's going to happen. And if it
Creeps
does,
me out. Have you seen like the memes of him, like his like eyes losing like like the progressive video of him just like losing his soul.
Oh, Zuckerberg? Yeah,
Yeah.
I have seen that. It's hilarious.
Ew.
Yeah.
It's
People think
hilarious.
He's a snake.
He's a
For
weird
real.
dude. He's a reptile. Yeah, he's I don't see
So
him
funny.
winning.
No.
Neither of them though are like overly like athletic in any way.
Oh yeah,
Although Musk is much bigger of a
Yeah.
human.
I can see
So
that.
it would definitely take more for Zuckerberg, I feel like, just pure like force to hurt him. Unless he's actually good at like arm bars and stuff like that, which the guy has billions of dollars and nothing to do. So maybe he just trains Brazilian jiu-jitsu like all day, every day. But then did you see that Elon's like trainer released like sparring videos?
No.
Yeah.
Of
His-
him?
Yeah, of Musk.
Is he good?
It's basically just him falling on his trainer. It's like, I'm not like big on BJJ by any means, but by watching it, I'm not like, ooh, Musk, he could really whoop some ass, but like I said, Musk is way bigger than Zuckerberg.
That's what he said. He was on a different podcast and he said his move would be just like laying on somebody.
That's basically what it is.
That's so funny.
The sparring, it's like he's like grabs his trainer and then like falls on him, Maybe that's called something in BJJ, but I didn't watch it and was like, oh, that maybe he would do.
Maybe he
well.
could win.
Maybe.
I don't think anybody takes it seriously.
No.
I think this is just another like
Oh.
Dogecoin stunt,
Yeah.
So funny.
where it's just grabbing headlines.
Yeah.
Where Musk grabbed headlines for like an entire summer with Dogecoin. Was it a spring or summer? Whatever. He grabbed it for like 3 or 4 months of just like dog to the moon, and all that.
Was
And
that
then,
him?
yeah, and he got him on
moon?
Saturday Night Live, and he hosted Saturday Night Live, and then went on Saturday Night Live and said that Dogecoin was just a joke, and then it crashed the next day after he bought like hundreds of thousands of Dogecoin for his son. It was very insider trading type of.
I don't get any of that shit.
But yeah, I think it's hilarious. Would you
Yeah.
pay for it
To
Y-
watch it if it was
yeah.
real.
if it actually happens? You're doing pay-per-view.
Probably.
Are you doing it?
Probably get
Nah, I'd probably
my
wait for the TikToks to come out.
That's true.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
only
I'd
takes
probably
it only
like
takes
either.
like maybe 24 hours for them to start leaking
TikTok
videos.
is so on it,
Mhm.
you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But that's where I get most of my news.
Yeah.
I did watch. I think it was like a Ronda Rousey fight. That was like, it lasted 8 seconds, and I think I think back then it wasn't called TikTok. Well, TikTok didn't exist at the time, but there was something called
Musically.
Vine.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You guys remember Vine?
Oh yeah. That was only a couple years ago.
A little more than a couple.
I think it was like when I was in middle school.
Vine. It's
Yeah, okay, so, like,
classic.
You're right.
Vine is so classic.
Yeah, Vine.
Yeah, so like 10 years ago.
And so an entire Ronda Rousey fight fit into a Vine, and I saw it on Twitter.
that's
live.
good.
It's really like 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was 8 seconds.
Ah.
She whooped ass. So like you could find. I would do that. But let's say this: since you're saying that you wouldn't pay for the paper,
Yeah.
I wouldn't, but I would like.
you
somebody
specifically
I know
would.
would. And
Right.
I'd probably go to the party.
That's the next
We might
question.
like.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Is if someone
We
was
might
like,
contribute
"Yo,
money.
we're having a party.
Yeah.
$5 come over, and
Sure.
we're all gonna get the." You do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too. I would
Sure.
1000%
hosting
watch
the
it. I would
party.
watch it. Yeah, for sure, I would watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, there was the. It reminds me of the same type of build up and grab as Floyd Mayweather and
Conor.
Conor
Oh,
McGregor.
yeah.
where they built it up for so long,
And it
and they
was, like,
both walked
a
away with
piece of
like
shit.
hundreds of millions of dollars, and they basically just sparred with each other,
Yeah.
which was it was entertaining. I watched it. I bought it.
You bought
I
it?
bought it
I think I was working. I used to work at B-Dubs, and those were like the worst days ever.
because everybody was there.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
And they people had to
Didn't
pay
he
a
just
cover,
punch
and they were
Didn't he just punch
horrible.
a mascot?
He did. He broke the mascot's nose.
oh my gosh.
It was a staged thing. Like he was supposed to do it.
Mm.
Like he was
see.
fighting. This is Conor McGregor we're talking about.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor was at like a Heat game. I think it was during the finals. And so like they say something and like the mascot comes up and pretends that he's gonna box Conor.
Mhm.
And so like he hits the mascot and the mascot
Yeah, too
falls.
hard.
And then he jumps
Aw.
on top of the mascot and punches him in
Aw.
the face and breaks the guy's nose. And the guy had to go to like the ER or something like that.
That's so horrible.
Yeah. Obviously, like he was supposed to do what he did, just
Yeah.
not.
Oh,
as a
I thought he
professional
just had, like-
fighter.
I mean,
Right.
He does have anger issues.
He does have anger issues, but they played it off as if it was like a skit that he was supposed to do, and he just like went overboard. Yeah,
I see.
yeah. But I would pay for it.
Well.
Guys, let us know what you would if you would pay for it. Hit us in the comments and let us know if you're buying the Zuck versus Musk fight. Who do you think wins?
Elon Musk.
So there's no
Has to
doubt in
be.
either of you guys' minds.
No,
Why?
has to be.
Like what? It's because he's just a bigger.
I
guy.
think. Yeah, I just think it's like his.
I
What's
just
the
like
word I'm
him
looking
better.
for?
You like him better.
Mhm.
So it's like this is like a fangirl thing.
No, I just like him better.
You're like I don't want Zuck to win, so I'm Team Musk.
I think Mark Zuckerberg's a little bitch.
I think so
Mark
too.
Zuckerberg's a little bitch.
I am actually on that 100%. Like
That's funny.
I don't get the draw that people have behind Zuckerberg.
I don't
Yeah.
think.
Do people have a draw behind
Yeah,
it?
there's like
Ew.
the whole like barbecue
Ew.
sauce thing. I guess like he
What?
went. Apparently he's like gotten big and he's trying to like play into like I'm a human, when he's really a lizard.
Because he's a lizard.
And,
He's really a lizard.
and he does all these things where he's like barbecuing, or he'll like grill or like smoke meat, and he talks about barbecue sauce on his IG lives. I
That's
don't know.
hilarious.
I don't follow
I
him
don't follow
or anything
him.
Yeah.
like that.
No
So
desire.
yeah, but it's like a thing. It's like him and his barbecue sauce.
That's really funny.
I don't follow him, so
Yeah.
I don't know that story. I do follow Mr. Musk though, mainly
Yeah.
because he's funny.
He's funny.
Yeah.
And I do think that he is a little bit more on the not crazy side. Like a little bit of me thinks that Zuck
Mhm.
is being controlled by the government a little
Mhm.
bit there. Not to say that he's like being
Aliens.
controlled by the government, but I do think that the government is funneling money or paying or has some sort of a program or a contract or something like that.
With social
Allegedly.
media, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a whole other.
Basically, I think the same thing that were happening at Twitter for the Twitter files, I think something very similar is likely still happening with Meta. That's my
Oh,
Hmm.
assumption.
yeah. You're
Clearly
stupid if you don't think so.
assumption that is allegedly. Although it's not even allegedly. It's just my opinion of what I think is happening.
And
Did we have another article?
I
No,
think so.
that was it.
All
We're
right.
Yeah.
talking a long time, I think.
Yeah.
this time.
Have we?
Yeah. I mean, okay. Minus the 15 minutes, it's almost been an hour and 15 minutes.
An hour and
Yeah.
15-minute episode?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty
But I
good.
mean, the 15 minutes at the beginning that are
So
like
So an
bloopers.
So
So,
an hour?
just an hour.
That's decent.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good one.
All right.
I liked this one. I thought we were funny.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Mostly. We were pretty good.
I think
This
we're
is pretty good.
hilarious.
Guys, like and subscribe. We're on iTunes. Where are we? Spotify. Pretty much wherever your podcasts are found.
Apple. It
Apple.
does the best, I think, on Apple Podcasts.
Did we do the best on iTunes? All right, well, that's good. And that's how you know it's not me, because I have a Galaxy, so it's just not
Oh,
me
yeah.
listening to
Although
myself.
YouTube has been like,
For those who listen on
A lot
YouTube,
better.
thank you. Yeah, it
They
has
wanna
been.
watch
It's been pretty good. We're starting to see people come over to YouTube a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah. We post shorts over there. At least we're
Mhm.
supposed to every day, right? Des?
I do. They're all scheduled.
It's all scheduled, so you can.
I
see
schedule
our,
them all on Monday.
how
You
to.
can see our bloopers and our how-tos, and you can
Yeah.
see our
now 365.
now
Yeah.
365. And then now that you have the Sony camera, you'll have no excuse to
Yeah, in my purse. Gonna do it tomorrow.
Summer Friday. Videos.
Hopefully, I do something fun.
Well, we're paying you to do something fun, Des. Okay.
Okay.
Go document. Go to a winery.
Say less.
So yeah,
I'm
thanks for
there.
hanging out. Go to goworkwherever.com. We'll have personality quiz assessments up there soon. You'll be able to download resources and all that fun thing. You got anything else? Anything you
Happy
want to
4th
plug?
of July.
Happy 4th
Happy
of July.
4th of July.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Until next time. See you.
Bye.
Hey there! Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for all the latest videos from Capital Presence.